to the Building Schools for the Future programme, Lambeth Council have been able to heavily invest in special educational needs schools in the borough. Recent studies show that innovative building and classroom design can improve teaching effectiveness, learning, and the experience of students, teachers, and the wider community. Nowhere will the impact of a specifically designed environment be more profoundly felt than at the award-winning Park Campus.
The new build at Park Campus was needed because we existed in unfit-for-purpose accommodation. We've got 3 distinct user groups, a multidisciplinary team, statutory provision for permanently excluded students, and behaviour support unit, which is about early intervention supporting schools in the borough. But we didn't really want to have 3 separate blocks. I suppose we were quite demanding. We wanted outdoor sports facilities, a central courtyard, and of course the teaching spaces and the administrative areas. We've got a very small site, and that was a challenge, I suppose, for architects and us, and some sort of planning restrictions, which meant that the build line to the front couldn't be compromised by our building. Well, the architects have been very clever because they've actually managed to incorporate the buildings around a central courtyard, which links the 3 separate buildings. The canopy then draws them together and makes the campus feel like one. We deal with particularly difficult students at Park Campus, and right from the start when we brought the students here for the very first time, we knew that this would have a positive impact on them. We've seen improvements in attendance, we've seen improvements in attitude, we've seen improvements in just generally the enjoyment they have of being at school.
There's clearly been a lot of thought put into the design of the building in terms of keeping the staff aware of where the students are, what's happening. The design is open, it's highly visual, and the students are aware that staff basically we know where they are, we know what they're doing. It's that security that the students have and the confidence that the staff have as well. It's really positive for both staff and students in that sense.
Having light and airy classrooms was really important, and the architects have achieved that. And they've used natural airflow, so that also enhances the experience for the young people in their learning situations. You'll also notice that the double height ceilings in the reception areas are another feature, with big glass windows looking out onto the open space. The dining area is a good example of how we're able to let the outside in. Having the concertina doors enable us to open them up, and the students to have a combination of outdoor eating space and the indoor facility as well. It's great to have the outdoor teaching spaces behind each of the ground floor classrooms in this block, because it's a safe environment for the teacher to extend the curriculum. It also is important because summertime, hot, stuffy classrooms. In the future we hope we'll be able to do much more, and perhaps even have a little garden for science, a garden for food technology, and allow the students to engage in their learning that way.
This is one of the peppers that's growing, one of our first peppers in the garden.
I think it's absolutely fantastic that we've got the opportunity to use the outdoor space to enable the young people to learn about how food is grown, and to also use the food in the food room to cook with the food.
Sports and PE activities have been improved simply by having the facilities here. Previous to that, we had to go off-site for nearly everything. Outside, we've obviously got the advantage of being able to do netball, basketball, and use the 3rd generation AstroTurf for rugby and football.
As we have new facilities like the purpose-built gym, that we can do sports that maybe we couldn't do before. If you've got just a normal gym, you're only limited to what you can do. I've done badminton sessions in there. There's a wide range of now sports that we could do now that before, without these facilities, we could not do. It's just great for the community, not only for the sport, for the Parks campus and for the youngsters that attend here, but for the whole community in general, for West Norwood. So it is great facilities.
All of the sports spaces have been designed to have other uses other than for their sport use. In the inside spaces we can use them for meetings, we can use them for conferencing, and we can use them for things like drama. The student voice is important at Park Campus. We listen to what they say, and they've already been involved in adding water fountains to the outdoor space, as well as us putting their artwork up. There's a number of friezes around in the outdoor spaces, and I think that gives them an ownership of the outdoor space. We're able to use ICT well here for sport in particular because of the fantastic infrastructure that we've got. So we've got wireless connectivity everywhere, and we're able to use a variety of multimedia tools in the sports spaces to look at students' performance and get them to look at it and then review what they've been able to video. One good example of that would be using the flip videos, which are easy to use for the students, and then they have a USB which they can just plug in.
Park Campus has won a national award for its innovative sports and learning environments and is continuing to provide a wide choice of shared facilities for both students and the general public that will lead to further development and community participation.
The community impact was quite amazing really, and our community open day saw many people asking, how do I get my child in here? Of course we're a special educational needs establishment and we're not a mainstream school. We've been involved in the design and build of the first fit-for-purpose new build PRU, so that's fantastic. And I hope that we will become a centre of excellence, enabling all the schools in the London Borough of Lambeth to benefit from the expertise that we can house in this building. In addition to that, the community will gain huge benefit from the facilities, not only just now, but for the future.